What's up, Libra? Welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a timeless message asking the cards, what do you need to hear right now? What do you need to know? Whenever you click on this video, that's when you're meant to find it. If you guys would like for me to pray for you, if you'd like other Libras and cross-watchers at this channel to pray for you, that's what we do here. It lifts us up to lift you up. And you guys, if you enjoy this video, if you enjoy this channel, please do me the greatest honor of hitting the like button or sharing or hyping. It helps the channel grow. Help me make you my day job, basically. All right, so we're getting a couple oracle cards out to begin, and then we'll jump right into tarot. If you're not familiar with these oracle cards that are in my hands, it's pretty cool. This is the mudra deck, and each one of these messages comes with a mudra, a hand gesture, to empower the message. So it's something that you can do on your end of things. So let's see what you got. We have plenty, be open to great things. And this is how you do it. It's like the peace sign, but you're facing it towards yourself. It goes on to say, my happiness is within me. I like that it's facing yourself. That makes sense to me. We need food for our spiritual and mental development, Libra. When it's lacking, we become needy, wary, and dissatisfied. What nourishes us is everything which inspires, motivates, and enthuses us. Finding out exactly what our needs are takes time and care. We should test out what we discover to see whether it's truly ours. But even just a few minutes spent in our inner refuge can give us a lift and satiate our hunger. That's deep. And then we have the message of the bluebird. You are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. You guys have been having some really awesome but very intense readings lately. If anybody saw the all signs reading I did recently, getting into tarot, all these have been pre-shuffled and prayed over with your energy. Let's see what comes out. Libra, flipping but not flying. We've got the King of Pentacles. We'll take note. Libra, what's coming towards my Libra at this time? If they fly in reverse, and we read them that way. If they fly on their side, we read them that way, so on and so forth. Getting through something. What's the Seven of Wands? You guys, this is going to be a unique one because I'm going to do an extended. So not everybody's a big fan of long readings, but if you are, we're going to go on to get further advice and unpack it even more. We're starting with a little bit of drama, but what I love is that you're sticking by your convictions with something, like you're believing in yourself on some platform that you're standing up for. And that's the Seven of Wands. And then we have it followed quickly by your card, the Justice card. So Libra, what that means is that you're going to have your day. You're going to have justice. If you are going through anything contractual, whether it's in the courts system or if it's just signing contracts, anything like that legally, this looks really good for you. What's this Page of Wands? Ooh. So your life is going to be opening up to options. And what I love here is that you're greeting it with enthusiasm and an open-minded energy. That's symbolized with the Seven of Cups and the Page of Wands for any of you guys who follow the reading and read yourselves. But here's the thing is, it's kind of questionable as you venture forward and you consider all these options. It's important to be discerning. All that glitters is not gold, and that is part of the meaning of the Seven of Cups. So be aware of what's illusion, and it's really important to do whatever you can to anchor back to yourself. It makes sense to the inner refuge it's talking about. Even just a few minutes spent in our inner refuge can give us a lift and satiate our hunger. Pay attention to what sparks joy. I know I'm getting all Marie Kondo with you, but what sparks joy and what doesn't. Because what's hanging in the balance with some of these options is a detachment with your intuition. So some of these options are going to throw you off of your path. And of course, I mean, that's how it is. That's how it goes, right, with options. But it's really important to know this particular detail about that. In the way that it would throw you off from your path isn't within a specific context around reciprocity, getting back what you put in. So you want to be very discerning. Ask yourself with all these options, am I going to get enough back from this? Is it going to fill my well? Is this person going to love me back the same? Are they showing me red flags of being narcissistic or red flags of being selfish? I'm just using an example. If I move here, what resources will take care of me as well? Okay. What do we need to know about that? We'll just get one card and then move on to your next line of cards. Okay, so it looks like it's specifically around a relationship, Two of Cups. So you might be looking at options to grow with a certain partnership. You might be looking at dating options, but whatever it is, it's like you're facing it with enthusiasm, optimism, and excitement, and an open-mindedness. Why do I feel out of breath? Tell me why I feel out of breath. But like all that glitters is not gold, and some of those options are not going to give back to you. So I feel that your head is in the right space. You just want to make sure that you don't lose your connection to your intuition, and that's with our Two of Cups there. Let's keep going. With a new deck of cards, let's ask about this Hanged Man. Now, this is a really special perspective, and I say special because you can only gain this particular perspective from going through some kind of experience. So patience is involved. It's a divine timing type of card. Piscean ruled. Tell us about why we have. Why is this? Boom, boom. So we have a constant theme of reciprocity. For the second time, we have this reminder of what energies and what things are going to give back to you, Libra. You are going into this year with a really strong sense. I feel like you're pretty clued in. I feel like I'm talking to a lot of really self-aware Libras who've been through enough life that they have no tolerance for things that are going to make their lives full of drama. We have a story that's coming out here with the perspective you've gained. Deception, Seven of Swords, some kind of wool being pulled over one's eyes, followed by fresh plans, baby. Just looking out at the world with kind of this new start energy. And I think that was not an ideal situation to find yourself in, but you're doing it anyway. You're pulling yourself up by your bootstraps because it's followed by this Nine of Swords, which suggests that there might have been some worrying, some overwhelm, some anxiety. And again, I'm out of breath for some reason. And it's all about what's going to give back to me. I don't want to hit the drawing board again. I don't want to have to start over again. But I think in hindsight, you're going to realize that you got a very valuable, I hate to say the word like lesson or education, but you learned something really valuable around this. I don't think you were expecting to there's like a pivot that you had to do. And I don't think you were expecting it, but you're doing good with it, even though you've lost a little sleep over it. But now you're more into alignment for the first time in a while with an energy that's going to give back to you. I mean, you got to fill your own well, right? And what we invest in has to do that. Tell me more about this. Yeah, closure. You're going to be getting closure on some kind of chapter in your life that was exhausting. I'm giving you a hug right now. The Ten of Wands talks about closure and seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Closure's coming. But we do have another 10 here, and it's the most dramatic 10. It's 10 of Swords. So this is talking about a very abrupt ending, one that could have caught you off guard. Comes with a choice, and not an easy one. Now, it could be walking back into this lesson, we called it. There was heartbreak attached here. So for a lot of you guys, this is something in your history I'm talking about. My readings are rarely all taking place in the future. So yeah, we have this heartbreak that presented a sudden choice you had to make. Why do we need to know about this? My Libras already know about this. So why are we bringing it up, Tarot? Talk to the Tarot like it's a conversation. I don't have spreads. It's just a conversation. There might have been third-party energy in all this. Maybe somebody cheated. Maybe things were just getting complicated because there was another energy involved and just messing things up. And even though it's interesting because it's suggesting for some of you guys, you experience this third-party energy passively. It was almost like it was a passive slash impulsive thing. Like, you know how there's somebody, I'm going to just give you a classic example of somebody hitting on your partner, you know, somebody who wants to come in and kind of throw off the relationship and they have their own agenda. There can be a real sneaky approach there where it's impulsive and they're pursuing it, but trying not to appear so. Anyway, that's what comes through. What else do we need to know about this? It might have been somebody, now don't grow suspicious of a friend if this is not resonating, but it could be somebody in your close circle. So I guess Tarot wants you to know about that or to consider this, that, whoa, it was just sandwiched with another Ten of Swords. This had to go. Whew. You just got all of this heartbreak, drama, a choice one didn't expect to make, a tough choice, sandwiched between two Ten of Swords. This is why it is coming out for you, Libra. You need to know that this is your confirmation. You need to know that this had no place in your life. Your universe is changing in a positive manner. If you felt breadcrumbed or misunderstood, if you felt cheated upon or devalued, your spirit, your soul does not want that in this lifetime. You gotta kiss the experience just to feel it, to feel how bitter that tasted. And that's all you need, because that gave you the gift of a really solid perspective you would never have gotten any way else. But upward and onward, and this chapter is closing. It's a chapter that has revolved around reciprocity, what you deserve, how you need to receive it. And you've paid for it dearly, my friend, but you're coming out the other side and you're still alive and you're stronger for it. Not to sound like a cliche. What's this Nine of Swords about? Your mind is opening. Your mind is opening to new ideas, to new communications, and no, not the ones that wear you out. What is this? You're leaving something behind. And here's the thing, is it's like cracking open a door to your thoughts and your ideas. You get the foot in there. You know, it's like we want to shut this door because it's not quite comfortable. It's letting in a cold breeze. You get your foot in there and it doesn't get shut. And as it stays open, more ideas, more possibilities slip through. And pretty soon you become very aware that you are ready emotionally to turn around on your heel and leave something behind that at one point you cared so much about. You know, this is all hearts. Eight of Cups is all about your heart, what fills your cup, your emotions, your relationships. You're heading towards the unknown, but with a new confidence of whatever's out there is better than this shit. So kudos to you, my loves. This like I picked up the deck and this flung out from the bottom. Ace of Pentacles. This is value. This is being valued. This is gifts. Sometimes this is a future ring, you know, but this is a promotion of sorts. And with that, I'm going to go on to the extended, and it's about the price of a cup of coffee, and the link is in the description box below. If you want to follow me there, I will see you soon. And this is where I leave you. Please like, share with somebody you love and could use this. Hype, help me build this channel up so that I can make it my day job. Love you guys. Bye-bye.